ahead, bro.
Is it true that Latinas will cut you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have genuinely never been with a more passionate group. I'll be about that. But they don't
Passionate.
cut you. They don't cut you because they're mean or they're angry. They'll cut you because they'll give it their all. Like what do you expect from someone who puts their heart and soul into a relationship and then you just turn your back on them? Like, what reaction do you expect from somebody who gives you so much loyalty and love, and then your reciprocation with that to that emotion is, the complete opposite. At the same time, like I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never met a more feistier group than Latino women. Like you throw hands and they'll step up. No lie.
So when they're in it for the long haul. Like they're in it to win it. When
If
they
you
with
find
you.
yourself, if you find yourself a good Latino woman, they will fight tooth and nail for you and your family, and everything you own. There is there is not a finer person to have by your side than a Latin woman. No, 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 no.
Oh man. So yeah, we gonna ask some questions, man. God, man, it's good to see you though.
Oh my
Forget this
God, bro.
YouTube shit.
Likewise.
It's been so long, bro. Oh man.
Well,
Oh, okay, there we go. I can hear you guys
I'm,
now.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see you, brother.
Oh, uh, this guy right here, man. He's the Godfather for real.
No, 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 no.
Let's say, okay. So you're from Florida, right?
Huh?
You from Florida originally, or where you from?
I'm originally from Havana, Cuba, and I was raised in Miami, Florida. Yeah.
Where is that? What's the first thing you said?
I'm originally from Havana, Cuba,
Okay.
and I was raised in Miami, Florida. Yes.
All right. Interesting, man. So at what age did you come to this? Did you leave Cuba?
When I was 7 years old, and
Yes.
I didn't even know what was happening.
You didn't know what's happening? Okay, awesome. So I guess the first thing we'll talk about, because Florida's an interesting place.
There's
Very interesting. You've been around the world. You've been to Texas. Where you been? San Diego.
yeah, I've been to San Antonio twice, Washington State. I've been to California. I've been to Virginia, Pensacola, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. I've been, and I cross country across the United States. I've been all over the place.
Right. Time I've seen you, you on good energy. Right now, he got the smoke in, right? What keeps you so happy throughout your life? That's the first thing I want to talk about.
I don't know, bro. I'll be real with you. I don't know. Like everybody else, I have my ups and downs, and I just try to do shit that makes me happy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We all have our moments, and I just try to do shit that is different. Just keep it different, keep it interesting, keep it moving forward.
You as a Cuban is a Hispanic person, right? Let's make sure I got everything right.
Yeah.
And a Cuban woman is a Latina, right? Let's make sure I got all my.
No, my wife is actually not Cuban. My wife is Colombian.
Colombian.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be considered a Latina?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's Latina.
A lot of guys ask me, which is awesome that I got your own. What are some things Latinas look for in a guy? Like if a guy wanted to pursue a Latina strategically, what should he do and how should he go about that?
And you know what? I'm gonna talk from my brother-in-law's point of view, because he's a white male, Caucasian, pure American, married to a Cuban girl. And honestly, it's all about just being open-minded to the culture, open-minded to the relatives, to like not just the food, because everybody loves the food. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one gonna argue with the food. But being open-minded to like the way they talk, the way the physical, the body language, like if you're welcoming to the family and someone from a relative gives you a kiss on the cheek, it's not gay. It's just them being friendly to you. They're being loving, dancing, just being open-minded, being accepting. Ask questions. Don't just be like, no, fuck that. I don't understand that. I don't want to know. No. Why does he do that? Why is this happening? What's that about? Just ask questions. And it's not even about the Hispanic culture. It's about any culture. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Would you say Latinas are more faithful than other girls, or do y'all have to deal with the worry of infidelity at all like everybody else?
Man, I mean, real talk, everybody deals with it. You know, if you ignore your girl, like just like a man, like like they're gonna find it somewhere else. They're gonna look for that compassion. They're gonna look for that interest, somebody who listens to them, someone who wants to comfort them. Like anybody else, they're all, regardless of religion and culture and ethnicity, we're all people. We just want to connect. We all want to be loved. We all want to be understood. So regardless of that, like they're gonna look for it, they're gonna find it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's just the bottom line.
Now, and I had some females that wanted to ask, what do Cuban men or Hispanic men, what do they look for in a female?
I can't speak for the modern day age Cuban male, to be honest with you, man. I've been with my girl for a long time. We've been dating since high school, so like, and we've been dating since like 2007. So it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's hard to say, but like once again, bro, it all comes down to like, at the end of the day, like some men are dogs. They don't give a fuck. They just want to do what they do. They just want to add to their body count. And some guys are genuinely out there just looking for a good, faithful woman who would love them and understand them, regardless of what their ethnicity is. And they don't give a fuck about keeping it in their race. They just want to be loved. And right. It is what it is. So it's not about like, I mean, like every culture has its ups and downs. Every ethnicity has its ups and downs. Like some guys are really loving, caring, and some guys are just straight dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Is it true that Latinas will cut you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have genuinely never been with a more passionate group. I'll be about that. But they don't cut you. They don't cut you because they're mean or they're angry. They'll cut you because they'll give it their all. Like what do you expect from someone who puts their heart and soul into a relationship and then you just turn your back on them? Like what reaction do you expect from somebody who gives you so much loyalty and love, and then your reciprocation with that to that emotion is the complete opposite? At the same time, like like I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never met a more feistier group than Latino women. Like like you throw hands and they'll step up, no lie.
So when they're in it for the long haul. Like they're in it to win it. When
if you find yourself a good Latino woman, they will fight tooth and nail for you and your family and everything you own. There is not a finer person to have by your side than a Latin woman, from my personal experience and from what I've experienced. And that's all I can say on that behalf. You know what I mean?
Is there a difference between Latina women from different places? Like you said your girl is, what you said, Colombian?
Yeah.
Could you tell a difference culturally between women from different places in Latin America?
I'm sure you can. I've never dated enough. Unfortunately for me, being raised in Miami, like for me, it was more like a sexual thing. Like all I did was ever hook up and keep it moving. I did date within my own culture, and I didn't like it. They didn't have too much of a good experience with it. But I'm sure it's all about the preference. It's what you're into, and it's also how much you like the culture that you're being low key indoctrinated into. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And just in general, just to move away from the relationship stuff, can you tell the difference between just people in different cultures in Latin America?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even now, there's still some times and things that when I talk to my in-laws about that they say some things and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, can you please repeat it? Or, because like I'm Cuban, we speak differently. The dialect is not necessarily an issue, but if you have the patience and you're willing to learn, like, you just it's the time you put into it. Like her culture is different. I love the Colombian food. It's amazing. But then again, I love all food. Like Puerto Rican, Dominican. All that stuff. I love all that. The music is different, but it's still fun to dance to. It's what you're willing to learn and what you're willing to accept. It's not about like your culture superior. It's about what you're willing to add to your own experiences.
Right. And once again, I appreciate you telling this stuff. Like I said, you from Florida, where it's a lot of diversities, but y'all really are educating a lot of where I'm from. Is either you black and you're like, yeah, boy, like we we don't know what's going on. So yeah, I know to y'all, and you got Jasmine Sorny on here too. Where's your family from, Jasmine?
They're from Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico.
Yeah, San Juan del Rio, Querétaro.
Okay, and when I got you on here, I said let me get both of y'all on here because that's it's very informative to the guys. Is the food in Latin America, does it differ between what place you're at? Like, is Cuban food a lot different than Mexico? Oh, it is.
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll start with you. We'll start with you about the Cuban food. What is some staples in Cuban food?
All right. Unfortunately, our Cuban food is very like Americanized because in Cuba we don't really have much. Like everybody else, we love chicken. Like fuck that shit. Like I was raised on like chicken soup, chicken feet soup. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll fuck up some chicken feet. You know what I'm saying? Like that ass.
Y'all black, ain't you?
Oh man, we love that chicken feet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that ass. But like we may do. We're in the time period that I was raised in Cuba, we didn't have beef, and it was all rice, beans, and eggs and chicken, and occasionally, if we were lucky, we would get a pork. Because like that was the thing. But I mean, like when I got to the States, it was more like like Cuban sandwiches and medianoches and all this shit, and it was like, yeah, it's delicious, but it wasn't. I didn't even know that thing existed till I got here. You know what I mean?
So you would say the Cuban food here is totally a lot different than the Cuban food in Cuba.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Mainly yes and no, because of the sense of like there was more diversity, but no, because it was a lot of similarities, like Cuban bread. It was a simple thing. It was just like pickle. I didn't even know what a pickle was till I got here. It was just mainly green tomatoes, maybe like a slice of ham if you were lucky. But when you put it in a sandwich, like you had deli mustard, Cuban sandwich, a Cuban bread, my bad, slice of ham, and that was it. That was called a medianoche, which they call now a Cuban sandwich.
Now, Jasmine, what are some staples in Mexican food?
There's a lot of things. Like one of my favorites is pozole. There's mole, enchiladas, obviously, rice and beans. That's a big one. That's a big thing. That was a big side in our dishes. You have I don't know, there's several things. Sorry, I'm still waking up. Uh,
Yeah, we out here early, y'all.
It's in the morning here.
Hey, when I see an
bad.
opportunity, I take it.
My bad.
There's one of my favorites is arroz con leche. That's one of my favorite things. It's like
Arroz con leche, yeah.
that's something that I really, really like. That's something that my mom used to make, and it's like how do you say it's like a midnight snack. Arroz con leche.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are a few things that we eat. But we're definitely big on like rice and beans with everything.
Yeah.